All right, now my mic's on. I'm back. It's been 8 months. It wasn't my fault. My computer broke. It wasn't letting me record. Everything was so buggy and laggy. My graphics card wasn't rendering or whatever. I don't know. We're back. It's fixed, and we're here with some Texas Chainsaw Massacre information. There was a few updates I have, and the first one for the game is there is a release date for the new DLC finally. It is the 28th.
Yeah, like I said, keep an eye out soon. Nancy, Danny, Nancy's house. Patch.
November 28th.
250 fixes in the big patch, quality of life patch. November 28th. Content, November 28th.
All they have told us before was it's at the end of the month, but now we got a set date where the big patch and the new killer and victim are going to be coming out that day, and the map. And there's also a map called Black Nancy's House. That's what the map's going to be called. The survivor or victim, his name is Danny. He is going to be able to make things stay open for longer after you research them during the match. So like fuse box, I'm guessing you can like make the cooldown longer. Same with the valve, same with car battery, all these things. I'm guessing they haven't gone into detail about it yet. And Black Nancy, if you haven't heard, she's going to be able to put barricades in doorways and gaps where it leaves like a barbed wire, and if you move it'll have you red pinging, so you got to take that off. And she can also see, that's her passive, and her main ability, she can see through the victim's eyes. It's very blurry, it's very hard, but you could try to make something out. It's not horrible. It's another intel, kind of like Cook. It's like the female Cook, basically. They have made some changes to slow down the game at the pace. 60-second cooldown for abilities at the beginning, so you can't automatically unlock the basement as Connie, can't automatically knock down Leatherface as Leland. You can't use their ability for 60 seconds in the game, kind of to slow down that rush meta, because the devs do not like how people are playing the game. They wanted it to be stealthy, and right now it's not looking stealthy. And so when you spam toolboxes now, when that red pinging, I don't know if it's gonna be like Cooks where it highlights you, or you're just gonna have that like red pinging notification kind of on you, and it's gonna follow you around. They didn't specify how long, or like if each tap, kind of like Cook, if each tap will like add on to a longer pinging, or if you can like spam it like you usually do and it will still like only ping you for like 2 seconds when you're done. They didn't specify. Johnny and Cook will not be able to track you anymore when you are crouch walking. It's a very big nerf to Johnny, because I feel like that's his whole reason why people play him. He's strong and he's able to find victims, unlike Leatherface. It's gonna be a big nerf, but he's still not horrible. Because if you just rush the basement like normal, with Leatherface, you're still gonna be able to get some kills, but just by, you know, stumbling upon him. He's a good counter to rush meta. That's what they want him to be. They want to make people play more stealthy, like I've said in the beginning, and that's why they are allowing people to stealth walk and get away from him, to influence people to do that. No more teabagging in the game. Once people automatically cross the like electricity or the car, like anything with electricity or gate, you won't be able to teabag behind the gate, but people can still teabag before it, but it's more of a risk because the family can, you know, turn on the generator or car battery again. So this is to try to stop people from being toxic at the end of the game. I didn't see that big of a deal. I would always just, you know, push them out, run at them, make them leave. They're trying to stop the teabagging and dragging out the game. I do think it's a positive thing, you know, stop such easy escape. So Cook won't be able to spam you as much when you're running from Leatherface, and he's always like laughing in your ear, which is quite annoying. I feel like they should turn that off. Like once he pings you once, if he does ping you again, he doesn't have to laugh the whole time, you know. They said they're gonna work on his ability refresh rate, or just usage rate, so he won't be able to use his ability for as long, I'm assuming. And how much XP family is getting has been a bug. They're not supposed to be getting as much XP as they are right now. There's a bug where it just gives them automatically XP as if they killed every survivor, even if they didn't. We will see after the big patch on the 28th, killers will not be, or the family members I should say, will not be getting as much XP. There is another patch after the big patch. It's not going to be in the same patch. It's going to be in the future where they're working on perks. They're going to be removing perks, balancing perks, and fixing perks, because there's a lot of bugs of perks right now, and there's a lot of useless perks in the game.
We want to put together a perk patch where we're going to go through and look at, you know, a variety of either best in slot perks and evaluate those for potential changes. Some of the underutilized ones, are there perks that we need to, you know, consider removing and replacing? Are there ones that we just need to rework?
Where no one even touches, no one even cares about. So they're going to try to fix up the perks, clean it up a little bit after the big patch on the 28th. They said they do understand what we mean by having different skill trees per loadout, and they said they do not like that. They don't like the idea of it. That's not how they designed the game, and they will not be looking to change that. And it's also officially confirmed that with no Leatherface, there will be no barriers taking out the game. Everything is staying the same. No one is spawning in the basement, which I agree with. A lot of people want the game catered to them, especially family members. Like, we shouldn't be forced to pick Leatherface, which you aren't. You have to take the risk of not playing Leatherface. If you don't want to play Leatherface, you got to deal with the barriers. You can't have no barriers and then also be able to have two people running to the gaps while Cook is pinging you. Like, that's just not fair. If you don't want Leatherface, you got to deal with the consequences. I just saw on Reddit someone had a perfect example. It's just like, if you didn't choose Cook, it wouldn't make sense to automatically put locks on the doors. That's what, if you don't choose Cook, that's the risk you're taking. You have to take a risk if you don't want to play Leatherface. Shirtless Johnny and other family member DLC skins are coming. I'm pretty sure they said in 2 months, so that should be around January where we should be getting more skins. I am also wondering if that includes the new Nancy and Danny characters, if they already have those sketched up and we will be getting them. I'm sure they would, because they will officially be in the game for around 2 months once those skins come out, so I don't see why they can't, you know, give them also cosmetics. New characters are coming with their own abilities, of course, perks, and skill trees. So no skill trees the same, just like in the game right now, how some survivors and killers can get some perks that other survivors and killers can't get. It will be the same thing, and they will be adding perks into the game. They haven't said if those perks will also be implemented into the old characters. I think in the future, most likely they would, because they are also thinking about expanding the player cap and the skill tree cap. They do want to expand the skill tree cap further up. And lastly, they just want to remind everyone that no changes are permanent. They also did specify in the beginning that there's no Leatherface being required is more like a test to see how people will react to it. If there's big enough commotion and issues with people not liking Leatherface being not required, they can and easily would just implement him back, make him required again. People are like all riled up about the Leatherface. That's what they're specifically talking about, because they know people are gonna have problems with it, because people don't like the reality of not having Leatherface, even though no one wants to play him. Which I do have a video coming out of why no one wants to play Leatherface, but they just want to remind everyone, no changes are permanent. They can always revert back, and don't think the no Leatherface required is a permanent update. That's the end of the video, guys. Just wanted to, you know, release this update about the game, tell everyone what's going on, keep you guys up with the news. Posting every Friday. Actually, today I'm late, so I gotta post a video today. But every Friday, 5 p.m., new video coming out. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.